Alright, what's up? I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks that I learned from beating the Liberty Falls solo main quest. So, the first thing I'm going to suggest is that you set a sniper as your loadout weapon. So that might sound a little crazy, but just do it. Set a sniper. Attachments really do not matter. Use whatever you want. Next, I suggest you equip some augments. So one of the first augments you can research is for the energy mine, and you should do that because the energy mine may get you out of some situations. One of the augments makes the energy mine like explode 3 separate times. There's a lot of cool ones, so definitely get some augments going. And even take a look at Deadshot Daiquiri. So odds are you might not have it unlocked if it's early in the game's life cycle. In the gameplay, I don't even have it, but one of the augments for Deadshot further increases the damage your critical shots do, and that's very important for this strategy I'm going to share with you guys. So another weapon that's really going to be important, you might already know, is that semi-automatic shotgun. So we're not going to be spawning in with that as our loadout because it's a wall weapon in-game, and it's just better to buy it off the wall because it's already a green rarity or higher, depending on which round you buy it on, which is already better than the non-rarity version that you'll spawn in with, and you'll eventually have to waste salvage to upgrade it. It's just better off to buy it off the wall. So it's your choice, but you should at least have either the full choke or suppressor for your barrel, because the full choke will tighten your hipfire spread, but I think the suppressor personally is a little better because you get an increased drop rate of salvage. But it really comes down to personal preference. If you want to deal more damage, go right ahead and equip the choke. The next attachment you really should consider is either the long barrel or the reinforced barrel. So it really depends on which one you have unlocked. If you don't have the reinforced barrel unlocked yet, equip the long barrel for the time being. The important factor here is that both of these attachments increase your damage range, so that's what we're looking for. So equip whichever best one you've got. And then the rest of the attachments are up to you. So when you're ready, start the match, and once you spawn in, go upstairs and open this door so all these extra zombies come out. So you'll need to go into this room anyway later on to build the jet gun, but on round 1, just have these zombies come out and get the extra points. Aim for their head. In Black Ops 6, you actually get more points for critical kills, which are headshot kills. So aim for the head as much as possible. So when you're ready, buy the door that leads to the right. Do not take the door that goes left into the bowling alley. We want to go through the right door because now we can buy that shotgun off the wall that's already going to be a green rarity. And you can also pick up the water valve part, and we need that part to build the jet gun. So go ahead and grab that. So some Liberty Falls guides online may lead you to believe that your primary objective in the early game should be to get to the church and access Pack-a-Punch and trigger the dialogue for the Easter egg quest, but that is not actually true. You can build the jet gun before that, so we're going to take advantage of that fact, and we're going to try to get one of the parts early. As soon as you have enough points, buy the door to Juggernog, and actually do not buy Juggernog right now because we want to prioritize buying the next door to get into the bowling alley. As long as you have your semi-automatic shotgun, you're going to be just fine on these lower rounds, so let's try to get into the bowling alley as fast as possible and do this water valve step. Once you get into the bowling alley, you gotta melee this box, and then hold your button to place the water valve, and then press and hold it again to start turning the valve. So this step can be very tedious solo because you only have a certain amount of time to turn the water valve until you start getting attacked by zombies. So now you have to get off the valve and run outside to lure all the enemies away, and then run back in and repeat the process until it's done. The idea behind doing this step as early as possible is to limit how stressful and tedious the step can be. You know, if you get here on an earlier round, there should be less zombies, the idea is, and it seems to be that way. I've had many attempts where I prioritized the church first, and this step was very tedious and took me about 5 minutes, but when I prioritized getting here first, it felt a lot easier. Also, using your energy mine can help with this step as well, especially if you have specific augments selected for the energy mine that make it even better. Again, whichever augments you want to use is up to you. Read the description and make your choice. Now that you got the water valve step done, the reason why I had you spawn in with the sniper is because there is a side Easter egg on this map which allows you to get a free Deadshot Daiquiri perk, and it's much easier if you have a sniper. Usually you can't get Deadshot Daiquiri until round 25 because that's when the Wonder Fizz machine spawns. However, this side Easter egg totally mitigates that flaw of Liberty Falls and allows you to get Deadshot Daiquiri much earlier than round 25. And Deadshot Daiquiri arguably might be the most important tip of this entire video. You know, a lot of the steps of Liberty Falls require you to either kill a lot of enemies quickly or deal a lot of damage as quickly as possible. And Deadshot Daiquiri is just another means of increasing your damage output. And since critical kills are sought after because you get more points for critical kills, there's no reason to not have Deadshot. You know, you get that additional benefit of critical kills now do more damage. And having that extra damage output on these earlier rounds make these upcoming steps feel a lot easier. You know, I get it. You like Speed Cola, Stamina Up, all these great perks like Quick Revive, but I think you only need Juggernog and Deadshot Daiquiri for a lot of these earlier steps. You should be prioritizing spending your points on pack-a-punching your shotgun and picking up as much salvage as possible so you can upgrade the rarity of that shotgun. Once we build the jet gun, we're going to be getting rid of this sniper, so the sniper was only needed for the Deadshot Daiquiri. Another thing you should be prioritizing over perks, other than Juggernog and this free Deadshot, is upgrading your armor. So in a lot of my attempts that were failures, I was either entering the boss fight with only level 2 armor somehow, or I just wasn't upgrading my armor from level 1 at all because I was spending too many points buying doors that I didn't need to open or buying perks that I didn't need to buy. Now, of course, these are suggestions. If Speed Cola makes things easier for you or Quick Revive makes things easier for you, go right ahead. But it's possible you may come to the same conclusions, that you're having a harder time because you're spending your points elsewhere and not spending your points on making your shotgun stronger and your armor stronger. Okay, now that that spiel is over, work your way into the church to Pack-a-Punch and interact with the machine to initiate the dialogue to start the main quest. After you hear this guy say that the shoe will be on the other foot, that means his dialogue is over, so you need to go back to the machine and hold the button down again, and it's going to trigger another piece of dialogue that he patched into your systems. Now you're ready to go. Now we need the groundskeeper to spawn. You want to hang around in the same area that you did the Deadshot Daiquiri Easter egg, and eventually a zombie will spawn that's called the groundskeeper. So it's totally random, keep your eyes open and you'll see him and kill him. The groundskeeper drops this key, which allows you to open this shed, which allows you to pick up another jet gun part. Now we need to navigate near Quick Revive, and there's this door that if we shoot it with a mangler cannon, it will open. So you actually don't need to use a mangler cannon. You can actually have a mangler itself shoot the door and open it, but some people get the wrong idea and they'll stand in front of the door and have the mangler shoot them directly head on, but that's not going to work because the blast radius of the mangler's shot is going to be blocked by your player's body. So you kind of want to have the mangler shoot you from the side, just like in this clip I'm showing you here. And as you see, now the blast radius isn't being blocked by your player model, and it's hitting the door and it will open. Sure, it might be faster to spend your salvage to get a mangler cannon, but if you don't have the mangler cannon unlocked, this is an awesome alternative. You can also try and kill the mangler, and if you shoot its arm for the kill shot, it may drop a mangler cannon, and that could be easier too. But if that doesn't work out, you're kind of screwed, and you're going to have to wait another round or two. Also, the benefit of not having to spend salvage on a mangler cannon means you have extra salvage to spend on upgrading the rarity of that shotgun. Once you're in this building, interact with the debris piles on the floor. One of them is going to drop these electrical wires, and now you're ready to build the jet gun. That door I suggested you opened at the beginning of the video to get extra points on round 1 is actually the room for the jet gun. So go back to spawn, enter that room, and build the jet gun. Use this jet gun to suck these 3 parts. One of them is in the ceiling of the comic store. Another one, you gotta jump on top of this white truck and look in the window. And then the last one is in the church. The workbench to build these parts is on this roof, so by the zip line, go across and build. This is where prioritizing the power of your shotgun is going to come into play, because the next step is going to require us to defend the portal from zombies, and once we defend the portal for 60 seconds, a high value target is going to spawn in. And being able to deal damage on this value target a lot faster just means we're going to have an easier time at success. Now keep shooting this fucker until he has low health and he starts glowing purple. Once the high value target is glowing purple, go back into the church and then pick up this canister from the machine. You're not going to be able to sprint, but you got to bring it to this location that I'm showing you and place it down in front of the ether trap. Use the trap to kill the high value target, and its soul should go into the canister. pick up the max ammo that the target drops, and then pick up the canister, and you only have about 60-ish seconds to bring it back to the church and put it back into the machine. You cannot sprint, so be careful. Again, that high-powered shotgun that you've been upgrading and also have Deadshot daiquiri for is going to make walking no problem with these zombies coming after you. Now you need to pick up this equipment, and it's going to replace what you already had, so there go my monkey bombs. You need to hold this equipment next to these machines, and if it glows green, you got to set the light to red. If it glows red, you got to set the light to green, and if it glows yellow, you got to set the light to yellow. So the first location is right near Flop down these stairs. The second location is near that shed that we opened for the jet gun part earlier and that workbench. You see the little machine. And then the last one, you got to jump down from the roof and you're going to see the last machine right here. Again, if the equipment is red, you got to set the light to green on the machine. If it's green on your equipment, you got to set the light to red. And if it's yellow, you set the light to yellow. Very weird, but you should already know these steps. You're coming here for tips, not how to do everything. What this does is unlocks another canister for you to pick up that was located in spawn. So go to spawn and pick up the canister and drop it by the ether trap that's right next to it, also located in spawn. Now you need to go back to the courtyard that we were at earlier and pick up that same device and place it in this location, which will spawn in another high value target. And again, that high-powered shotgun that you've been upgrading and prioritizing over perks is going to make the step a lot easier. So keep on shooting this guy until he glows purple, and then you want to lure them to the canister that you had already placed next to the ether trap, and then turn the trap on. As long as the trap kills that high-value target, you're golden. You're going to see its soul go in the canister, pick it up, and walk it to the church. Your shotgun will be your best friend here when you're walking slowly. Once you bring that canister to the church, put it in the machine, and voila, you're ready to start the final encounter. But wait a second, hold up, slow down. You might think to yourself, at least I did in earlier attempts, is that, the lower the round you get into the final encounter, the easier it's gonna be. I mean, look at this gameplay. I'm on round 15, and I'm ready to start the final encounter. But it is not going to be easy. In the gameplay, my shotgun is not fully upgraded. I don't have full armor. My jet gun's not even pack-a-punch. I have no perks, no score streaks. What you want to do at this point in the game is to just play zombies like normal. Pretend you're going for a high round solo. Kill the zombies, get as many points as you can, start buying things. Buy perks, get your armor up, get gobblegums, score streaks. I think the mutant injection is probably the best score streak, but if you don't have that, the mangler cannon could be good. If you don't have that unlocked, there's really nothing, honestly. You're not going to be able to use too much when you're in this church. It's such a small play area. But for real though, do not rush into this final encounter. You made it this far. The last thing you want to do is go into the final encounter and lose. It's really annoying. It's going to take a lot of points to upgrade your shotgun to tier 3, and it's going to be a lot of points to get level 3 armor. So take your time and make sure you have both of those things before you enter the final encounter. And then go to this upgrade machine, the armory, and make sure that you're starting to spend your salvage to get your shotgun to gold rarity. That is also going to be expensive, so take your time. If it's bringing you up to round 30 and you haven't started the final encounter yet, that is no problem because you want to make sure you have everything upgraded maximum before you get in here. It's just going to benefit you in the long run. So once you're geared up and you're ready, go into the church and initiate the final encounter. There's really not too much to it, so there's going to be 3 phases of this final encounter. The first phase, you just got to start killing zombies and kill the manglers as they spawn. Eventually, you'll kill all of them and you'll move on to the second phase. This fully upgraded shotgun is insane and kills things like nothing. It's very powerful. And then you also have a jet gun on top of it, so use both of these wisely. But honestly, in this first phase, you could probably get away with just using the shotgun. If you have a lot of perks like Deadshot and Elemental Pop, and if you have a weapon mod equipped, fully pack-a-punch, highest rarity, you're good. So just keep shooting until you get onto the second phase. This is where things can get a little challenging. now a high value target is going to spawn, and you're going to get unlimited zombies until you kill this high value target. So this shotgun is very powerful if you go for criticals, so try to do that. But I suggest when you're training around and not shooting, try to have the jet gun out, because the jet gun will kill the zombies very fast. So if you start getting surrounded, you could use your jet gun to kill the zombies quick and then run away to safety. You don't really want to be shooting too much. I was finding that shooting when you run up the stairs to where Pack-a-Punch is and turn around, so now that Pack-a-Punch is behind you, it seems like the zombies kind of just come from in front of you, so you can shoot as much as you can. But once they get close, start focus on looping. Run around, have the jet gun out just in case. If you get a lot of zombies in front of you, you can kill them quickly, and then repeat the process. Honestly, you don't even need to be as specific as I'm telling you. You really just want to be running around and make sure you shoot when you think it's safe. The jet gun is useful to get you out of some sticky situations, but try not to rely on it too much, because you are a little slower, so that's something to keep in mind. Monkey bombs, your energy mine, those things will also help you. You need to try to create an opening so you can focus on the critical area of the high value target as much as possible. So either the charge shot of the jet gun, throw a monkey bomb, having your energy mine like right next to you so it'll kill the zombies that are running at you. Your maxed out automatic shotgun is going to do a lot of damage to those critical areas. Maximizing the amount of time you can focus on shooting the high value target without having to deal with zombies is the idea here. The third phase is essentially the exact same. You're just going to get another high value target and you need to kill it to win. You're going to get unlimited zombies until the target is killed. So use everything in your power to defeat these enemies. Having the maxed out shotgun and the maxed out armor and whichever augments you have unlocked are going to help. It goes back to what I was saying. You don't want to rush into this without being prepared, because you will die. And you might think starting on a lower round but having less gear is beneficial. That is not true. You want to have as much gear as possible. Don't really worry about the round. I mean, of course, the lower the round, the better, but don't go in until you have everything upgraded and equipped. So once you defeat this last high value target, you just successfully did this main quest solo. Congratulations. I hope my video helped you. If you didn't really learn much, sorry. If you did learn a lot, please leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. If you have any tips to share, let us know. I know there's some side Easter eggs that have already been discovered that I didn't mention, but personally, I feel like they just waste time and they don't really help too much. But that's your preference. If you know any side Easter eggs that might help, go ahead and share them or just do them in your attempt. Alright, make sure to subscribe for some more content and have a great day. This is X Chopper. Woohoo!